Oh, hi guys! Welcome back to Fastest Lap Podcast with your favourite host, Mel. Today, we're talking all things Imola Grand Prix, and I refuse to say the whole Grand Prix name because I'm not Italian.
Come on, you gotta
can't.
say it.
What am I meant to call it?
Emilia
Romagna Grand Prix. There you go. Happy?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
that's a good attempt. I mean,
I actually spent a whole week doing Duolingo just so I could say that.
got the babble
Yeah,
up
I did.
to get the audio books and stuff like that.
Exactly. Voice acting, I think it's my thing.
There's even when what was it when Charles got given the mic after the sprint? Everybody was like, right, okay, yeah, I don't understand a fucking word this guy's saying.
No one had a clue. He was just, it was all in one ear out the other, I'm not gonna lie.
Fair play to him. I would have done exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
This is my opportunity to show the people that I love them.
Forza Ferrari.
I'm just like, yes, that one. I know that one. Oh, English only, please. Thank you.
Yeah, please keep that down.
I won't lie, I quite enjoyed this week's race.
Oh, yeah, let's get into it. I mean,
It weren't too shabby. Bit boring at the start, but we'll get to that.
yeah, we'll get to the race a little bit
We'll
later.
get to that.
I mean, yeah, what do we say about free practice one? First, we're starting off with the Friday. What do you think?
What?
Free practice one, pretty
Not
dead.
much to say.
It's pretty dead.
Yeah. It was just wet.
Wet.
Have you seen that clip where someone, I don't know who it is, stood outside the McLaren like garagey thing and he's going weather update and it's just cardboard, it's wet. That's just all like it's just wet.
I feel like the whole world was like, it rains in Italy?
Yeah.
What? Everyone was shocked.
Usually I check the weather, but yeah, like normally I'll check the weather, but I just thought Italy, sun, yes.
It was gas. This is essentially here, right? We had amazing weather this whole weekend. This whole bank holiday weekend, we had amazing weather. Apart from Sunday, maybe. Yeah. But
I didn't leave the house. I don't leave my house.
You eat, sleep, and breathe Formula One. You're that. You're that
yes,
enticed.
Exactly. Yeah.
With Melbourne, obviously. Oh, by the way, sorry, viewers. We got to mention. We've got to mention it was posted on our Twitter, but I kind of ballsed up my audio.
Yep.
Oh.
Harry dropped an oopsie.
You didn't miss much. It was.
We don't even remember it. Do you guys really remember it?
Tired. We were tired. Oh my god, we're so tired. That was basically the podcast. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
we were tired. Harry fell asleep. Had to be woken up.
That pretty much was it. Yeah. Like we were saying earlier last week, it was just the sense of thank God we've got a European time. And we said last week that we stayed up till Christ knows o'clock. Some people woke up before, and some people stayed up all the way through the night. Yeah.
Oh, who would do that?
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of Imola was a nice change to especially see the rain come back onto the calendar as well. I was happy it was a wet race. And then I saw Merck doing crap again. I was like, oh, brilliant.
I mean, I don't mind a wet waste so that they can actually waste, but like...
A wet... Wait.
What?
A wet what?
I'm getting thrown back to it.
When one.
Oh, this is not a running thing, god damn it.
I just can't English today. Should do the whole my segments in French.
Est-ce que la bibliothèque? Wait, no, wait. There's a...
Why did everyone go bibliothèque? I don't.
I think that's Spanish.
Yeah, and that's also Spanish. I was also gonna like.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bonjour.
Oh. God.
Gemma Pell, fastest lap podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, essentially just talking points about FP1. Nothing really happened. Nothing really happened that was too untoward. We saw that Mercedes were crap again. So it annoys me, right? I saw this post on Twitter when it was the Friday. I saw this post on Twitter, and it was slating the fact that Mercedes admins are always so positive about every single one of their posts. Have you seen that? Every single time.
Like the car could be on fire and they'd be like, George is doing great. Like, we're proud of you. Look how much he's grown up. But Hamilton's like down. He's on fire on the track. Like, it's a red flag. Like,
yeah. Like, dude, just come on. I want the admins just to go, all right, we did shit here. Like, come on, just spice it up a little bit. Don't be so positive all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like when the collision happened with Sainz, Ferrari were like heartbreaking. And they put like the heartbreak emoji on their tweet. I love the admins of the accounts. They know what they're doing. It's so funny.
Just seeing like I think what the F1 or how you say that, I don't know what their name is, but their podcast, they have like a team championship, and we've had the admins they rate all the tweets from all the admins during the year, and then they have obviously a championship before that. It's a pretty good idea. But that's some funny stuff.
Because like you'd think by now admins have got to be like, especially for social media, they've got to be like Gen Zs. It's like the whole thing with Duolingo and Dua Lipa at the minute. Like no millennial has thought of that. Like that's someone my age, like doing all like TikTok and everything. Like,
wait, what?
Wait, what?
Have you not seen this?
I'm such a fucking boomer, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait,
So I can't remember it all off the top of my head, but it's something about Duolingo, the bird, like admitting and professing love towards Dua Lipa, the singer, and Dua Lipa's just like, no. But now, like, they're making TikToks back and forth about it. Have you not seen it? It's so funny.
That's gone way over my head, dude.
Well, I'll show you that.
I need to check up on it.
Don't worry. I'll youthen you a little bit.
I thought he was going to say euthanize me, but okay.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Harry, joke's on you. I don't know what that means. I didn't sit my GCSEs, Harry. I don't know what that means.
Well, essentially, it was the whole what I wanted to do myself when I was watching FP1, to be honest. So, yeah.
What, cry?
Just euthanize myself. But, yeah, anyway, we'll go on to Quali now, because FP1 was crap. Quali, everybody!
Sprint Quali back, and new format.
Yes!
8 points. Well, 8-point slots up for grabs.
Yes.
P1 was 8, wasn't it? And then it trickles down to 1 point for P8.
Yeah, top 8.
Which again, like, it just helped widen the gap, really, in the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was nicer, though, having more points up for grabs, because I think it meant the midfield was a lot more competitive to get a better place between them.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Zhou Guanyu just right into the barrier. He had contact, I think, with Gasly. Gasly punched his tyre. So Zhou obviously started last. But it's all or nothing in a sprint, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
Like, yes, when you're trying to get those points as well.
Yeah. It's like you're either going to put everything into it and do well, or you're going to put everything into it and end up in the wall.
I was thinking as well, I don't know, I don't quite know how I feel about the sprint race yet. I think it's a nice, refreshing scenario for the race weekend. It's nice to have a refreshing thing put into it, but in the sense of it allows, I think, personally, like the cars to sort themselves out in a racing format. If you understand what, like, you have quali, but over a single lap, the cars might balls up or something like that. Likewise, it might balls up in the sprint, but if you do over a certain amount of laps, eventually all them cars that are quick anyway are just going to get into the same spots. So you see this, like, the band of, like, slow cars necessarily. Not that they're going slow, but, like, they all sort themselves out in, like, Red Bull first or Ferrari second, or just concertinas down the pack to the point where, like, you're just in the race. When you get that race, you've already got, like, the quickest at the front and the slowest at the back. Really, it's kind of
like they introduced it to try and shake up the pecking order when it comes to the actual race, but again, like the fastest cars are gonna be the fastest. The only difference is everyone is on the track, so I guess you could call it like a mini simulation of the race itself.
Yeah.
Which I like to an extent, but at the same time, it's good for the points.
Yeah.
Like, because we saw, like, even from last season, every single point counts. Because you can go into the last race on equal points, and then, like, it's all or nothing still.
What is everybody's thoughts on the sprint? Do we like it or do we not like it? Ono, you first.
I like it. It's exciting, I suppose, because I'm a bit mental and I enjoy the possibility of crashes. Don't know why, just always have them. It's always why I watched it as a kid. I'd run into the room and was like, Dad, has anyone crashed yet? No. Okay, bye. But yeah, it makes it exciting, and I love overtakes. But then again, like you just said, like I feel in order to make it fair, you'd have to do something mad like start fast cars at the back, but you would never agree to that. So
no one would.
And then I just find it a bit weird that it's every now and again. It's not like it's every weekend. It's just random races that they pick to be sprint races. That's another thing I don't quite understand. I would, in all fairness, would think it would be an all or nothing thing, but opinion. What about you, Mel?
See, I disagree with that. I like having some, but not all, because I'm really loyal. Maybe it's just because I don't like change, but I like having it every so often. But I think if it was every week, it would just irritate me. I don't know why. I'm just like, it's nice to have here and there, but I think all the time it would get boring because it's the same thing. But I feel like it would be nice. So if we had like a double, like sometimes we've had double Bahrain or double Austria, I'd like it so that one is sprint and one isn't. I think that would be a nice way to also filter it out, because then it makes the weekend a bit less repetitive, because I don't particularly enjoy when we have races where the tracks are the same or like slightly similar, because they change it for Bahrain. I like it now that they've got more points available because the midfield are getting more competitive. Because I think everyone, because of the shake-up with the rules, this year's so different already. Everyone is scrapping for as many points as they can get, just wherever possible.
That point is the one thing that's made it way more interesting, definitely.
Yeah. Especially how we have especially how we have the cost cap as well.
Yeah.
We saw that during Quali, we'll get into Quali a little bit later, but just to touch on it briefly, when the rain started coming down during Quali, some of the cars decided not to go out because they were just scared of losing parts. It's the same way with sprint. There were some people that just essentially they were just hanging on to the place. They weren't essentially overtaking or making any effort to overtake. They were just sticking to that place because they knew they had the race on Sunday.
Speaking of that, talking about cost, is it last night that Ted Kravitz said that Williams might be looking at Oscar to take one of the places for the drivers, but he doesn't know which one.
Please be Latifi.
Do you think that Williams will bite the bullet and get rid of Latifi, or would he protect the money that they're getting through Latifi and Verstappen off?
Well, you go first.
I think it's such a difficult situation to weigh up, because from not knowing any numbers, if you look at how much money they're getting from Latifi and how much he's costing them over the last kind of 2 years, I think he's cost them a lot more than what he's worth. And Piastri's had such like good consistency in all his other championships that it is worth giving him that shot. Like, I was surprised he didn't potentially get a seat this year, but I think he's got the consistency and he's got like the knowledge of the cars to be able to do a good job for Williams. Especially Williams as well. No team higher up, I feel like he'd be more comfortable with Williams. So I think it's worth the risk, because at the minute they're choosing different paints and different stickers on the car to make it lighter, so that they're not like losing performance in any way possible to risk accidents happening. So.
Oh my lord! Imagine skimping
Yeah.
on the paint. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, mate. I'm gonna go down Screwfix to get a trade pot of paint.
Yeah.
We're broke.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, that's what they broadcast. They were saying Williams had been taking stickers off because it's impacting downforce and like using different paint.
Oh my god!
And you just think like,
give it to Merck. They need all the help they can get. I swear.
yeah, so true.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like to, as much as I'd say like Latifi's earned his spot. The annoying thing is, I guess, in his shoes, you are dealing with a teammate that is left that was outperforming you every single race weekend and outperforming the car in what George Russell did with Williams. Now you've got Albon who's doing the exact same. It's now thinking like for a team that essentially you're costing the team millions when you're wrapping this car around a barrier. In their head, they're thinking, well, we could go for a different driver that might potentially not do this, you know what I mean? And therefore pay him less money and therefore allow him to develop the car in a way that he suits his, whatever turns out him to be best. I mean, yeah, in terms of a business mind, that's a no-brainer. You're going to pick the new guy. It's just, sorry about loyalty and everything like that, but essentially you're costing this company millions and you're not performing to where you should be expected to. So therefore, letting the new guy go in. But in terms of Latifi, and I like Latifi, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy around the paddock. Like, he just brings some nice energy to the paddock. It's just, I think it's just a bit, in that sense, it's a bit gutted.
I feel like I just don't see him.
Come on.
He's a lovely guy, but he's
it's not like
millions.
Stroll. Like Stroll just looks like just like a daddy's boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like Latifi's got his own rod for his own back. You know,
he makes the basic mistake. Like trashes the car and then goes. I don't know what happened there.
I mean, to be fair, they do well. Harry's on about how nice he is. Nice guys do usually finish last, so. Saying. I'm just putting it out there. I don't think it's worth keeping him on anymore, but I think it's worth giving Oscar the chance to have a few races in the car before, because the power difference between F2 and F1 is just ridiculous, and you're not going to unless you try. But then again, Joe's a rookie, but he's got Bottas as a mentor. Alex could potentially be a mentor for Oscar.
Yeah,
if they put him in the seat.
I'd like to see what he can do in the car, to be fair. I would like to see it.
So would I.
It would be exciting.
I think he's got potential.
Yeah. And it's not often that Williams get like an exciting prospect.
Yeah.
So you need to jump at it while he can.
Yeah. Would it be bold if I want to say and predict that Latifi won't be here for the next season?
You think Latifi's going to retire? Well, not retire, but
nah. I don't. I don't think he'd want to retire, but like.
I think he'd be better suited to like Formula E or like touring
Giovinazzi.
cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Albon did it for a year. You know what I mean? He did well in the GT3 class. I can't remember. Is it DTM or? So it's a German manufacturer. Anyway, he went over there and done something. But yeah. So yeah, like poor Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi actually was at the track this weekend, wasn't he? He got his haircut. Did anybody see this? Yes.
No.
He got his haircut. It was in the Ferrari garage, and it panned over to him. And I was like, "Is that Giovinazzi? Where's his hair gone?
See.
You not seen it?
No.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's got his haircut. Everybody's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
The Jesus is no more.
If I search Giovinazzi haircut, it doesn't come up.
Oh, does it not? You know, so he was in the Ferrari garage.
No.
For the viewers.
Yeah. We'll put it up for the viewers. Flash up now.
I'll see it in a few days. Whoa, Joe, that is a lovely trim. That.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, that's really nice. We're looking at this right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Man was back on back in the garage. It was nice to see Giovinazzi back.
Oh, we did get a haircut.
You see it
Looks
now.
the same, to be honest.
It's trimmed.
It's
trimmed.
not that much shorter.
It is compared to what he used to have.
It's like, here, why is it so dark? Oh my gosh.
The sun's on in.
Have we got anything I can throw at the light switch?
Yeah, look, he's a hunk of
It'd be
man,
amazing if he did, like.
Yeah.
I was gonna throw out the light switch, but I think I should be more civil and just turn it on.
Do it.
No, it's all the way over there.
Do it.
No, because I've only got shorts on.
No, I'm saying throw the thing at the light switch, not.
Oh, throw
not...
the thing at the light switch.
Yeah. Alright. Viewers, if you
That's it. That was my one and only shot. I'm not doing it.
Viewers and audio listeners, if you got this far, type in the comments L. just type in the comments L.
How dare you?
Actually, yeah, audio listeners, you didn't even see what just happened. You just clean missed the light switch.
Wow.
Well, actually, no, I wasn't that far.
Terrible.
Right. Should we progress on to Quali now, guys? Should we give our thoughts on what took place for the qualifying sprint, or sprint qualifying, or qualifying of the sprint race, or whatever.
The mini race simulation.
The simulation mini race.
What? You've never played the simulation mini race? What?
So yeah, who wants to kick us off with Quali then? I know I was the one that was tweeting on our Twitter account.
Well, then you should kick us off then.
I know what happened. I don't know. I want to test you guys, see if you actually watched it. You know.
Did I watch it? Can't remember if that was the one I watched or not.
It was so bad. We are the most lit.
I've been busy.
I just knew right back.
I mean,
did you? Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I mean, the lights went out, the cars went round the track, and then we got the top three,
They're Formula
and then
One.
the rest of the grid.
Oh no, I couldn't cope with spring qualifying. Stress again.
Oh wait, I do remember.
Nail bite.
Q1. What happened during Q1, guys? Come on.
You just said sprint quali, and now you're saying Q1. Can you make
sprint
up your
quali.
mind here?
Well, it was qualifying for the sprint.
Mm.
Q1.
Well, this.
Well, it was right. Okay.
Sprint quali, that's it. Get it in the bin.
So the Mercedes were in the bin. Essentially, they were just driving a track around, and they nearly didn't get through Q1 again.
Yeah.
Again.
It's a bit embarrassing, really. Yeah, not your team.
Damn it.
Scrape.
He goes, where's my other hat?
Where's my that's my McLaren hat. But yeah, literally scraped through Q1. Hamilton, Russell he kind of did all right. Still
not much
slow.
better
Yeah, I think it was like P11 or something like that. Got in Q1. But yeah, the normal guys out in Q1. We saw a multitude of red flags. This whole
apart
thing.
from Mick, actually.
Mick did well.
Quite well in quali.
Mick
in
did
normal
well.
quali, wasn't he P5? I think.
Yes.
I think he was. I think I remember seeing
Or
that.
K-Mag. K-Mag was P5. I think.
Fifth, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 7, something like that.
Seven
He
got
was
through.
high.
Yeah.
So the Aston Martins did well. Both Mick got out in Q2, didn't go into Q3. He went into Q2 though.
Oh, okay.
Then we saw Q2. Obviously, the Mercedes going out in Q2. Russell P11, Hamilton P14. No surprise there because they're absolute crap. Then we saw Q3. K-Mag making an outstanding comeback to Formula One. I'm so happy to see K-Mag doing well.
He did it they've said though always when it's a bit more soggy, he does quite well.
A bit more soggy.
Yeah.
It's just a bit stodgy out there, you know.
Bit soggy out there tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, he had a proper cheeky grin on, like when it was raining. He was like,
Sorry, I don't know. What just happened? There was a hand creeped into the
Let
background.
there be light.
Did you text somebody and say, can you turn on the light?
Yeah, I texted my sister to know exactly what I texted word for word. I went, don't say anything, just open the door, turn the switch on, and close it.
Like a criminal with hostage giving the demands.
No. I bought her ticket for Harry Styles so she could turn on a light switch for me.
Look, right, if you don't turn on my light switch for me, right, I'm going to burn the house down, okay?
Yes. Yeah. I run this house.
Oh, God.
Just like Kevin runs the track when it's a bit soggy.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we just completely skew-whiffed off the topic there. Oh, no,
Yeah,
you were
Harry
saying, I'm so sorry.
Every single episode.
I'm
Every
so
episode.
sorry.
Harry gets ahead of himself and skews us off track.
I just saw a hand in the background.
Get it?
Just
Get
creep
it?
into
Track,
frame.
because they race on a track.
Okay. So, yeah, K-Mag. He did well. Yeah, K-Mag did well. Who actually caused red flags? Albon had another brake issue, which is actually, it was quite weird to see the back of the car just go
boom,
completely disintegrate. It was weird. Whether I don't know whether they're trying to skimp down on parts so much that they're making the drum brakes so hollow that they can't even get air into them. I have no idea.
Well, did you see the list, actually? I don't know if this was after Sprint Quali, but FIA released a list of all the parts people have had changed on their cars. I think Bottas had like 22 parts changed.
Jesus.
Between Sprint Quali and the race. There's a lot of parts that people had changed. But like we thought as well the brakes were just because they were in warmer countries, but then I think Imola just kind of shows that maybe the cost cap are affecting the teams a bit more, especially the ones lower down. For them to just go kibosh, fire.
Yeah, that was a bit mad. Who else? K-Mag had an off, bless him, but then this is also another thing I wanted to discuss with you guys. This is a question to you guys, okay? Do you think that the race directors and the stewards are a little bit trigger happy with some of these red flags?
With that one, yeah.
Like with the K-Mag, he went off, got in the barrier, and red flag instantly, and then he just backed up and got back onto the circuit.
I think the process ideally should always go and work through from yellows to reds, because I think reds are just that unnecessary. Like you need to give them a minute. I get the idea of maybe they're just being overcautious, considering like I think the sport's gotten even more dangerous kind of over the last kind of few years, but I think they should always work through the system of yellows and then reds. Just makes more sense, unless it's kind of obvious, like just go through the colours. Like everyone's got their flags for a reason.
He's an absolute magician though for like being able to reverse though.
Yeah, yeah. I think if you didn't keep the engine running, then
well, they're saying, weren't they? They were Paul di Resta. Quite frankly, I can't stand Paul di Resta as a commentator. I don't know about anybody else, but
he's the short one.
The Irish. Is he Irish?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
he's got like the really round head.
He used to race for Force India.
Let me Google him so I can double check.
He has an attitude of, I'm a 42-time world champ. Like it annoys me.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
He's the one with the dodgy trim.
He just comes out with stupid takes sometimes, and
it's like Nico Rosberg working from home. They just didn't ask him to come to the track this week. They were like, "Nah, stay at home, Nico. None of that."
Yeah, we'll pay you. Just work from home.
I didn't understand that one bit.
In his Monaco man cave.
It was literally just to comment on Lewis every
That's
5
all he's
seconds.
there for. You know, you had
Lewis
Lewis
in
as
his
a
head.
teammate.
And get triggered by everything Rosberg was saying. He was saying it with a smile on his face as well. I was like, mate, you won one world title and bailed because you shit the bed thinking that Lewis was going to win the next year, so you retired. You don't come on here.
Literally
Just
every
like,
other
do the
sentence
shit,
that comes out
push
of
it
their
off.
mouths, every other sentence is like, so, you know, when you and Lewis were teammates, or, you know, back when you and Lewis raced together. And I'm just like, we're not here to talk about the past. We're here to talk about now. It just doesn't make sense.
Lewis lives in his head rent free. I think he was getting kind of wound up by it though. The amount of times he was just like, "Oh yeah, so when you were with Mercedes, do you think Toto and Lewis had a bit of a discussion, didn't they? And Crofty blew it way out of proportion when I think it was just a discussion between Lewis and Toto about how crap the car is." But everybody blew it way out of proportion, being like, "Oh, they were arguing with each other. Is there a little bit of discretion between the boss and the driver at the moment?" I think they were just saying to each other, like, "The car's shit, mate. Like, it's bag of bolts. I ain't getting in this."
Yeah. It's just always, they seem to be taking it back to 2016, and I'm like, there's no relevance here. Like, the cars have developed so much past the point that 2016, who is she? Don't know who she is. Like, I don't see the point.
George will have for this from Lewis. Blah, blah, blah. Will he now? It's like, I swear to God, they're getting along fine. Like, shut up.
Like, I think the only thing I heard from that, which I hadn't heard before, was the fact that there were like financial penalties within the team for when Rosberg and Hamilton raced together, because they were just that like aggressive, I guess, with each other. But again, it's not relevant to now, is it?
No, it isn't. It isn't. We just
and a lot the weekend, a lot of them were saying about the whole George and Bottas thing from the last time they were out in Imola. I was like, I get why you're doing it, but it's, you know, it's not really necessary.
Oh, this is just funny. It's just funny. Like, it's interesting to hear Rosberg talk about it though, because when I was listening to him talk about their rivalry that Lewis and Rosberg did have, Rosberg was more emphatic with Russell than he was for Lewis. And he said at the end of the race, I think he did, I'm touching on this once again, but I said on the end of the race that he said you dominated Lewis. Everybody was like, what? Yeah, did he just actually say that? Did he mean that? Is he really dominating Lewis? But he is. Like, come on.
Yeah, because, I mean, the driver standings speak for themselves, but I'm not being funny. He was almost, like, on the podium. And Lewis was not almost on the podium.
I don't know what is with Russell. Russell just likes driving shit boxes. That's what it is.
And he's good at driving. He's good at driving them.
He dealt with it at Williams. Now he has to deal with it.
Yeah.
What else? Quali McLaren. Okay, Mel, you got to be happy with McLaren this weekend. Come on.
The best thing was when Ono replied to my tweet. And she was like, "You've cursed Charles," and I was like, "But Lando got a podium." It's something about Imola. You know, three consecutive podiums. You can't really ask for much more, can you?
I think McLaren loved that track. McLaren did really well this weekend.
Yeah, they did. Like, again, I think the DRS helped a lot, but like,
yeah, we'll touch on that.
McLaren podium.
That would be one of the easiest like podiums, though. Like, you sat like, you must have just been chilling, just having a ball, just going around because you weren't near anyone. Just in
as soon as Leclerc went a bit overboard, I think that's when he knew. But although I will say I got a bone to pick with Sky Sports. We're all there we're all there to see Lando do his bottle pop, right?
Okay.
And they just cut before we can do it. But like we want to see him go dosh and potentially break the bottle. So if we could get more footage of that for the future podiums that we're having this year, that'd be lovely.
Yes, please. Write
please.
that down.
Write that down. Come on.
Yeah.
Write that down.
So if you're watching this, just write it down. All right.
Yeah, if you're watching this, that's what we want.
I think.
Yeah, no, like he's good on the track.
Yeah. Biggest thing that go on. You can say. I was gonna say, essentially.
Yeah,
I don't know about you guys, all right, but I was talking to my fiance about it. I got really livid during the sprint,
Oh.
right? During the sprint and during the race, at how appalling the camera positions, and sometimes when they pan to other things that are going on, and you'll hear, like, I think there was one instance in the race and there was one instance in the sprint, Perez or someone, they're both just out, they didn't show any of it. We were literally just watching Joe and someone else just follow each other, and every time, like, the camera just ends up looking at a blank space. There's so many times during that sprint that would just end up looking at a blank space of track, like, what am I looking at? Like, this is meant to be one of the best sports on the planet, not what we do.
It's like when they say, oh, like, someone spun off here, and it takes them like 2 minutes, and by the time they go to like 2 minutes, they're not even there on the track anymore, like, they're somewhere else, and you're kind of thinking, you're meant to be like the fastest sport on the planet, could we get a bit faster with the camera work?
That's all down to, like, literally the camera director being like, camera number 1, like, you're supposed to be on your toes to be turning to the different cameras, and if he's half asleep, the cameraman must just be sitting there, like, twiddling the fingers, and I can't take over without permission, sort of thing. They even done it when they showed Ricciado at the end, his incident with Sainz in, like, the race, and they show him you can't even see them hit each other, and he's looking at it going. He's like, oh, I thought, like, I'd have me on board. Like, I thought that's show.
It was like when Alonso's side pod came off during the race. Like, God knows how long Alonso was missing a side pod for. Like,
like,
oh,
what was that
like
about?
they go to, I'm sure it was Lewis's on board.
Oh shit, I'm missing a side pod.
Oh, Alonso's got no side pod. When did that happen? And you're like, surely you would know. Like, I don't know what the camera people are on, but you'd hope they're not half asleep, because I'm not being funny. If someone misjudges a corner, you could get twatted in the face with a car if you're half asleep. Like,
oh god.
And I don't think anyone would fancy that, funnily enough.
Oh no.
It's just the way they like 4 laps too late or whatever. Like, it just felt forever, and they go, oh, he's got a massive hole in the side of his car. And I say,
look at the size
nice
of it.
Telling us.
Yeah. Oh.
We've definitely segued onto some real different stuff. We always say, right, okay, guys, we always say to each other before we try to list out, we've got to get some, like, structure to our stuff. Well, I know we're early days, we're all just trying to figure out what's going on. Every time I'm always like, we'll get together and then we're like, right, let's do our structure of intro, then we'll do FP1 or whatever, Quali, and then we'll go to sprint race.
An hour long, like, we'll do this.
We get into it and we just whiff waff about everything.
Yeah, we whiff waff all over this podcast.
But yeah, we're gonna do Mel's introduction of meme of the week, which we got you guys to get involved with.
I heckin' love meme of the week, me.
Meme of the week. So we've got 3 memes that we're gonna show you guys for viewers and audio, and also to you audio listeners. There we go. We're gonna post it on our Twitter. Maybe we'll get it on our TikTok as well. Just leave comments down below of what you think, or vote on it, or what you think is the meme of the week. Also get involved with yours. Tweet us some of what you thought the meme of the week was. It'd be interesting to see what you guys actually think.
F1 Reddit is a different breed.
Yeah.
I love F1 Reddit. It's the only reason I have Reddit.
We need to get a Reddit, actually. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
You could make your own memes about us.
Yes.
And then you could sell.
We are a meme. We are a meme.
I'm definitely
10 likes on our TikTok, and we'll get Harry to do a TikTok dance. I'll teach him one.
No.
Oh God.
Please don't do that.
Why?
I'm just no. I'm not doing no TikTok.
It could happen. And then everyone could look at the TikTok and be like, wow.
Anyway,
wow. Our meme of the week.
What?
So, I'm gonna flash up my one. My one is Russell essentially carrying Mercedes. This is spot on. Spot on meme.
Quite funny, Harry, that one.
Yes,
Nice
this is a spot on meme.
Oh,
Mel,
nice
what
one,
is your meme of the week? What is your
my one
delicacy?
is My one is, a certain Australian and Spaniard sharing a wee little kiss at the start of the race.
Oh, that's quite a good meme, that. Yes.
Yeah, because
That's-
Italy, it's the country of love.
Two F1 cars giving each other a peck.
Yeah. Lips in each other.
And then we got Ono.
Sorry. Mine is George Russell reacting to Rosberg when he asked another question about Lewis Hamilton. Shock.
His face just like, huh?
His face is like thunder. Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Spicy one, that.
Yeah. You guys will comment down below. Choose your favourite ones. Obviously, post whatever you want in terms of what your favourite meme of the week is. No, mine.
No. Mine?
No. And that was
Mine?
meme of the week.
I'm gonna clip every time you say meme and create a little jingle. Mainly Mel going, I love meme of the week.
I heckin' love meme of the
Love
week. And we've
meme of
only
the
done it for 1 week, and I heckin' love it.
We said we was going to do it last week, and then we did that. The episode never came out. Then we did it we was going to do it on the first episode, and we're like, yeah, we'll think about doing that. Oh.
Golly gosh.
Right. Let's get it then, guys. Let's get on to the main chunk of why we're here. We've been going on for a little while now, and we need to talk about the actual race and what happened during the race. And we can't really go without saying it was somewhat of a boring race, unless you're a McLaren fan or a Red Bull fan. If you're a Red Bull fan, you're absolutely leaping out your chair right now, and in happiness that you got max points during the weekend. Max points. But yeah, we'll get into the race. Where do you want to start off, guys? Thrill us. Mel, take it away. Go on.
So normally how it starts is there's like lights on a thing, and then
Yeah.
funnily enough,
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
Biggest plot twist ever.
Okay.
They go out.
They go
Yeah,
out.
kind of like you think it's a power cut. Yeah. Okay, yeah. But
Okay.
it's not a power cut.
Okay.
And then they would just go, Nyong! And then they do that for like 72 laps.
You're joking.
No, I'm not.
Blow me away there.
But they don't just drive around in circles. They're like squiggly circles.
I thought Formula 1 was all about circles. Just going
No.
around in circles.
No. Squiggly circles.
God damn. Okay, squiggly
Yeah.
circles.
Being for realsies though. It was an alright start. But you always got to have a few racing incidents.
I'm just gutted
F1
for
is not
Sainz.
F1.
Felt sorry for Sainz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
first
gutted
home
for him,
race
man.
with first home race of the season with
Ferrari.
and it. But he's got a chance to redeem himself, I guess, when they go to Monza.
Ooh, speaking of Ferrari and Sainz, he's just signed his new contract, hasn't he?
He did.
Well, I'm more referring. Yeah, let me say it. So he signed a new contract. Everyone was like, "Ooh, Mick Schumacher might get like basically a legacy." See, you think Mick should start trying to actually drive and sort himself out rather than trying to live off his dad's legacy? Because he's like, he was kind of expecting that place, like he had earned it when he hadn't at all, and Sainz had definitely earned it, and he was expecting it, and that shocked me because I was like, mate, all you and Mazepin did last season was crash.
Yeah.
This season, got a decent car. Just focus on that and like knuckle down and perform in it because he did well this race. So, like, what's your opinion on it?
I think because of Carlos's extension now in the contract, he knows he's got 3 years really. He can work on himself, but his dad's legacy is always going to be a tricky topic because, like, it's the fans putting that pressure on him. I do not see him in a Ferrari for a good few seasons yet because he is still a rookie, really. Especially when you had such a bad car last year. when you're in now, he's in a car that actually has some performance in it. Now he's got a chance to see where he can put himself, and if he works on that for a few years, maybe we could see him in a Ferrari, but definitely not for a while. But we've seen this year the car's a lot better, and he's more comfortable, and he's got the performance because he's been putting it in. I think he's had like a reasonably good start to this year.
Yeah, I agree with like most of that. It's a sense that Leclerc has had added pressure with now going into a team that, well, now with a team that is going to be winning races. Max doesn't have that pressure anymore. He's going to be winning races regardless. He hasn't got that pressure going in thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be winning my first world title. Leclerc has that. Sainz has that. I think the whole legacy behind Mick, and we saw that with Sainz getting the contract, all them rumours have been pushed to bed, thinking that Mick might get the seat based on his dad's legacy. Mick is his own individual person. Mick is obviously going to have to stay with the Haas team for a little while, like we saw with George before he went to Mercedes. I reckon, like you said, Mel, it's going to be a few seasons yet before we see Mick get anywhere near.
I think he'll want to prove it as well.
Yes.
He'll really want to work towards, and
Exactly
maybe even see him move to like Alpha.
It's like we saw Charles at Alpha. Well, it's not Alpha anymore.
Yeah.
It was Sauber. He proved himself in that car. He outperformed that car. That first season, his rookie season, outperformed that car.
Yeah.
So obviously he was going to get that drive. There's no question.
If Mick can do that, I can see him gradually working up to it, and hopefully it will come at the right time for him. But now is definitely not the time, because he's actually in a car giving him what he needs. Because last year's car was what Mercedes have basically got this year. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So he's got a chance actually to show people that I can drive.
Yeah.
And he already.
We saw it in Quali because he did well to get into Q2.
Yep.
So, give it a few years and we'll see.
I just can't believe how well K-Mag's doing. He's had, what, a year out? A year and a bit out? And he just
makes me smile.
It's just it's so nice seeing him around the paddock again. Like, it's just so nice. Like, it just takes me back to like the Netflix Drive to Survive. Just fuck smash door. He does not fuck smash my door.
Fuck smash my door. Yeah.
I was like, oh, what a legend.
I mean, at least Mazepin bought Gunter a door before he could leave.
Yeah. I have totally forgot about Mazepin. I have totally forgot about that guy.
No one cares anymore. Like, as soon as he was gone, they're like, oh, okay, bye.
We've got K-Mag now.
Oh my! Imagine being Mazepin and watching the Haas performing like it is now. You would be gutted.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, he still wouldn't be getting the. He wouldn't get the performance out the car. No, I don't think he would. I don't know, like, because it's all the arrogance in him. You know what I mean?
I
like, the forehead is just full of arrogance, and I like having Kevin back.
Yeah.
And he's a good mentor for Mick too, I think.
Yeah.
I still want to see the shoots from the Audi catalogue. Like the finished products.
Yeah. Nice.
Someone made a meme of, so you know how Gunter was like knelt down by a tiny like boat for Audi? Someone made a meme of it was like him but with the Titanic getting through the rain of the track.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But again, like, everyone loves Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the race, obviously, boring.
You went what? Half the race without DRS?
Yes, big talking point. Actually, we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. Do you think DRS should have been opened earlier? I think half. Half the world maybe was half the world was like, nah, it's raining. Like, come on, you can't let safety get in the way. Like, it's got to be safety only. You can't be opening DRS right now.
I'm not being funny, but it wasn't exactly Spa, was it? And there was a dry line.
It was dry. Yeah, it was a dry line.
There was a dry line, and it wasn't like it was chucking it down the whole race. I think they could have done it a few laps earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
So, there could have been a few more laps there. I thought maybe Lewis could have got past Pierre a bit quicker, but
no,
nah.
You never know, but
that AlphaTauri was thick. That whole race. And like we touched on before with Nico, right, saying Russell dominated Lewis. Russell got past people, okay? Quicker people. Lewis was stuck behind that AlphaTauri in that DRS train behind Albon. Albon was leading that train, that whole thing, right? The Gasly couldn't get past. Lewis couldn't get past. And then, to top it all off, we got the sickest TV, was it the pop-up thing with the time when it come up and said like Max Verstappen is plus 77 seconds ahead of Hamilton. I was like, who is this guy that has done this? Give me the name. Give me the name of this guy.
And then when everyone was like, you know, they're gonna have to wave blue flags so that Max can lap Lewis.
Imagine going through your head. You're like, oh, I spent a season, right? I spent a whole season, but like going up against this guy, and now I'm getting lapped. What mentally you must be like, God damn, what has happened?
Yeah.
It must be tough, but at the same time, there's got to be some reason why one driver's getting performance out the car and one isn't.
That's just like
maybe shit.
Reason, because like as you said, like in like qualifiers, practice, the cars like Russell's and Hamilton's, there wasn't that much difference in them, like in terms of pace. But yeah, Russell was able to overtake people in the actual race, whereas Hamilton just like he kept trying, but like he physically could not drag the car forward.
No,
weird.
But then there comes in the debate of, I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that they'd like a second DRS zone on that track. Don't know where they'd put it.
I wouldn't know where to put it.
They say they felt like one wasn't enough, but maybe they're just like having withdrawal from the fact that there were going to be 4 in Oz, and then they went down to 3.
Maybe.
The argument with DRS, I don't understand from some people. Some people are like, take it away, we don't need it. And then we saw it in Imola where it was like you're sat there watching these cars that can drive close behind, but they can't do anything on the straights because their engines are just too good. Straight line speed is just too good. So then they need that extra boost to then get past. But then you get people being like, yeah, but I don't want DRS being like in 4 DRS zones. You're like, well, okay, right, so we'll only put it on 1. So you get 1 DRS zone. Like, nah, we need 2. So where's the?
You're just never ever gonna please.
You're not gonna please the F1 community, are you?
No.
But yeah, there could have been another DRS zone, but like you said, where we saw towards the end of the race, Charles catching up Checo, pushing so hard, trying to do his best. You know, when you're pushing that hard as well, you're going to end up with accidents. And unfortunately, we saw poor old Charles Leclerc crash out.
Charles got his wings, but
God.
I was hit.
In it, I was so
maybe
I was more hurt at the clip of him after the race. It was on someone else's onboard, and you see him pull up, and he's there, and he like hits on the halo, and he's just like before he gets out the car, and I was sat there like,
oh, bless him.
Yeah.
I like seeing his wiggles on the podium because he can't stand still.
Nah, it's I don't know. But during that race, I wanted to see an interesting race at the front, and we just saw a dominance from Max and both of the Red Bulls. I think the Red Bulls definitely need that. As a neutral, it was a boring race to watch in the sense that you just saw Red Bull dominate. But as a sense of, obviously being a Merc fan, for that sense of Red Bull, it was good in a way to see Red Bull kind of redeem themselves after having previous races snatched away from them where their car isn't reliable, and it's good to see the car lasted the race essentially, and they got max points. So it just goes to show that the Red Bull, is definitely a title contender. There's no even doubts about it.
Once Perez got in front of Leclerc like early on, I thought that's it now.
Yeah,
like nothing else will change.
Yeah, he's Mexican Minister of Defense, you know, like he knows what he's doing. Like the tire management on him is just nuts. Then did you see the pit stop as soon as Danny Rick got the mediums on? Like it was either lap or 2. I think 5 people pitted.
Yeah,
and there's all going in and out, and you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, that was crazy. Well, we had Ocon get a 5-second
5
time
second.
penalty because he smashed it Hamilton, and then that
Yeah.
essentially.
I've never been so angry. Like, I love Ocon, but I was like, you bad lad. I was like, what have you done? Like, I was like, for God's sake, he can't have one race, can he? Lewis can't have nothing. I completely lost my mind, and then I was like, calm down on me.
Yeah, I mean,
he wasn't doing anything in that race, regardless.
Yeah, if he was putting in the performance in the car that George could, he wouldn't have been that far down the pecking order for that to have happened in the first place. So,
like, Mercedes need to give the Reds a wobble, because how can you? Number one, the pit was terrible.
Yeah.
And the moment in which he pitted was like, it was the wrong. To me, it was the wrong time. But like, you just they need to earn the next in, because it's getting beyond, like, at least, yeah, the car may be bad, but like, shape up on the little things like pitting and stuff. Like, that's the least you can do.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of slow stops. I think even Red Bull had like a 3-second stop, which was like, that's not very Red Bull.
Foreign to them, yeah.
Mm.
No, wasn't fine on.
Yeah. The thing, like, with Merck, sorry guys if we keep talking about Merck and stuff. It's just, we had their years of dominance, and now with it's the thing to talk about because they're not the team to beat anymore.
It was bound to happen at some point.
Oh hell yeah! Like, just
they
George
could use
complaining. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
they
to
could
learn and get used to the regulations and the new rules, and then come back stronger for the next season. But
I just even seeing George heavily complain about the porpoising to the point where he's now experiencing like physical issues from it. Like, personally, guys, when you watch the onboards from that Merc, now it's only Merc that are dealing. Ferrari sometimes, but it's now only the Merc that is dealing with it. I don't know if you've realised this.
You can hear it too.
It is horrific. Why is it that bad? Like, is there something that the cars have figured out to turn it on and off? I don't know. Obviously, you're going to get it at some point with ground effect, but what is going on? George complaining about physical pain, Lewis complaining about physical pain, the fact that they probably have to go to the dentist now like twice a week just to make sure that their teeth are all still together.
Daniel can get them like a good deal on some gum shields. Yeah.
He was even saying, like, before, like, the race in an interview or whatever, like, I'm having to do exercises, like, to help with, like, the damage that he's getting from it, because he's like, I've never had to do that ever. Well, it's just mad. Because it looks so bad. I couldn't imagine it.
What else we got? I don't know why I kept saying that.
To be fair, even after, I was just thinking, even after Leclerc overdid it, he still, I'm sure he managed to pick up a few more places after that.
He pitted for softs again? And then
so he pitted for softs. Because he came out, I think it was like just behind or just in front of Lando. And everyone was like, he's going to get him. But then Lando was on nice warm mediums. And Charles was on cold softs, so he'd end up doing that. But I think Charles was still able to pick off a bit of the pecking order towards the end. But obviously not what he wanted for a home race.
One of the most gutting things I think I've seen was, I'm happy for you, Mel, in the terms of McLaren getting a podium. But seeing Danny Rick having to sit there while the whole team is chanting Lando's name.
It's so bittersweet.
What do you mean bittersweet? What do you mean?
It's so... It is.
Giggle because he's a funny guy, when really inside he must be fuming.
You can see it in his face. It's horrific.
It's like if Hamilton finished out the points and George got a podium. Like, it would be bittersweet. Like, you can't help it, and you probably can't help but feel jealous and like upset for your own performance. But at the end of the day, you're a team for a reason, and I think a lot of drivers forget that.
Like,
it's hard. If you weren't a team, and if you weren't teammates, you would be separate, but you're not. And like you're fighting not only for
I think we
a
had
world
too many
champion, but
teams
also
like when we had Lewis and Bottas, where we didn't give a fuck if Bottas won. You know what I mean?
I think that's the thing.
Well,
he's moved to try like hopped around like teams because he wanted to get away from Verstappen being the star boy.
Yeah.
And then he's now in a team where quite clearly Lando is the star boy. Like he's like a son. He's like a son. So it is like you just seeing him kind of like he's smiling, but you know for the fact inside he's
there's
like
pain on the inside.
Why can't I be that like that much love like
Lando had also 2 years with the car before regulations changed, and obviously Daniel only had the one. So it's just obviously the fact that the cars are so different and different engines and everything that
Daniel won last year
still
though.
Getting to grips. But then we saw halfway through the season he just pulled out an absolute stonker and just won it, and we were like, we were just like, sure, fair play. Like he has it in him, and last year's car had it in him, and I think his time again, like it will come around, but when that is, we don't know.
So, just like the fact that they had the song for him. That's gotta be painful.
My dad actually sent me that video this morning at like 4:00 in the morning.
Guys, come on.
I saw like I had a TikTok DM and I opened it and it was my dad sending me videos from like the McLaren TikTok. I was just like, thanks, Dad. But yeah, no, it's bittersweet, but podium's a podium. Like we could have argued that in Monza, Lando could have taken P1.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know, you win some, you lose some.
What else happened in that race? I can't even think.
No, it wasn't really that much. Like
it wasn't. It was a lackluster race. I thought
there wasn't a lot of. I think you could tell the race was boring because even the pundits weren't really saying if you're a Sky Q or Sky Glass customer, you can press the red button to watch the best bits alongside the live action. Like they were hardly saying that.
Crofty must feel gassed whenever he has to say like, if you're a Sky Glass or a Sky Q customer, hit the red button.
Yeah, like they clearly must have been like sensing that it wasn't really a great race entertainment wise because they weren't saying that as often. A bit disappointed.
Well, as both Crofty and Paul Resta arguing about DRS, they're like, "Come on, we need to get this going. We need to get there." They're both just saying like, well, "Come on, we need to get this going."
And then it just came up at the top, DRS enabled. We were like, "Oh, lovely."
Yeah.
And they kept saying all through the race before DRS was open, you know, the principals are not allowed to communicate with the race directors anymore. Oh, I heard more about that than I did about being a Sky Q or Sky Glass customer. I was like, yes, thank you for the reminder that they're not allowed to communicate.
Bottas did great. I was buzzing for him. He was really trying to overtake Russell on that last few laps. He was Vettel who got first points.
Mastermind, finally,
Finally, a race with no crashes for him.
Yeah.
He had a very rough start to the season, so I think finally getting some points.
So nice to see an Aston Martin up.
Yeah.
So it's just so nice.
Yuki, adorable Yuki.
Yuki had a great race.
You know when they do the drivers' parade, I tell you, I kid you not, I was just laughing. I couldn't help but let out a little giggle when I saw him in his coat, like with his hood up and his umbrella, and I was just like, year 7.
Year 7.
I was just like, because I know how.
What, the Helly Hansons and stuff?
Yeah, just like the way like he had his hood up and everything, and like his coat was definitely too big for him. And it was just funny to see.
I like Yuki because he's so straight to the point, like with everything he does. Like, to his engineer, he's like, "Nah, sorry, the car's not bad. I'm just shit." I was like, "Okay, fair enough, mate."
But he had a rough start last year, but maybe the move to Italy and the sun's done something for him.
Yeah.
before we go, who
Mhm.
was your driver of the day?
Oh, Vettel.
Lando. Duh. Duh.
I'm going Bottas.
Nice. Yeah, Vettel because it's nice to see Aston Martin, and also he didn't get much time in the car, and it's nice to see Vettel doing well. It's always
that?
nice to see Vettel doing well.
What's that smile for?
I'd just like to proudly say I've just found out I'm taller than Yuki Tsunoda.
How tall?
What? How old is? How old? How tall?
How old? Yuki's 5'2".
Oh my god!
I'm 5'3".
He's 5'2".
You?
Small king. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah. Oh.
What the hell? He just seems so cute.
That is
He's
not.
5'2". How does he see over the steering
Yeah.
wheel?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I've not learned how to drive yet. I got my license, but I don't think I can reach the pedals.
Why Lando?
Why
No.
Lando?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because he loves him.
Yeah, he went like man got a podium. What more could you ask? And the dodgy trim's starting to go away.
Okay.
Praise the Lord.
And Ono, why Bottas?
Just was solid. Had a solid performance, like right throughout the weekend. Another solid performance, even like kind of there to be a mentor, but seems to be leading the way by smashing it this season. I'm proud of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did well this weekend.
What a G. Must have been the porridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Should we end it there then, guys? It's been a good little episode. It's been a good little episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Miami next.
Miami next.
I saw a video of them painting the track. I was like, oh, gas. Ready for it.
It's
But
very nice.
it's going to be another early start.
Just
No,
want
it's
to
not.
talk about that because seen as like I don't know if we can use it as a clip if you want or not, but we seen as last episode disappeared when we talked about Miami and the American races. Do you want to talk about that dead quick?
Yeah, go
Dead
for
quick.
it. Go for it.
American races, very expensive. I think it's like 2,000 for the seats, and they're not even like, nice blue color though.
Yeah. Before we end the episode, no. I said did posted I didn't even know about this either, but apparently the American ticket prices are extortionate.
Yes.
Extortionate.
Like we know the sport's expensive, but American races are something else.
So what was it, Ono? What was the prices?
Cannot remember. It's something stupid in the thousands though. It was like 2, 3, 4. Like it just kept going up, and I'm like, they wanted the races for the people who actually enjoy it, who've like maybe become fans over Drive to Survive or just have been fans for years. I doubt any of them will be able to afford it because it's sort of like, I don't know if it's because it's Miami, it's a more celebrity event. Like maybe celebrities will buy it just to say they were there rather than fans attending. If they do, they'll have to be getting several loans out because I don't understand how people will afford it. Like, but speaking on that, actually, seeing something about people who live in Miami. I can't remember the actual name, but like the area where the track is, they're trying to take F1 to court basically over it and trying to get it stopped. Obviously, it won't happen because it's basically the area where they didn't ask for permission whether they could do it or not. They just decided we're doing it because it's like it's an older like Black and ethnic minority area, so they just thought screw them, we're doing it. So they've been trying to protest and stuff and trying to take them to court, but unfortunately for them, because I think it's something to do with the noise as well. They were saying the noise will be too high for their ears to even cope with. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's an old community. But I don't think nothing, unfortunately for them.
Why has this
nothing-
not been talked about more? What the hell's happened?
No.
Why have
Well,
I not heard
I-
this?
You can hide it if you've got money, can't you? You can hide stuff like that.
That's
but
so
it's not
bad.
possible.
We said on the episode that didn't come out that the sport general as a whole needs to also be just more accessible
Big time.
because it's not. I just had a look as well for a Saturday Sunday grandstand for one person. It's going to set you back 2,080.
That's ridiculous. That's bearing in mind
Like,
you're going Silverstone this year, right?
I'm going Silverstone for me and my dad are going, and including parking, it's 800.
Yeah, I paid 450 for my ticket to Silverstone.
For the
That
3 days.
$2,000.
So $2,000 is like,
That's
and especially
ridiculous.
it's scary seeing as like F1's definitely only come to America over the last kind of
It's Drive to
2
Survive.
years.
Drive to Survive.
Mm-hmm. So for them to kind of be very ambitious in their pricing and to actually see what the attendance will be for that weekend
Mm-hmm.
will be interesting to see, because maybe it won't be as much as they wanted, but they still made up for it because of how extortionate it is. So then they know next time they can bring the price down and get
Yeah.
more people in, but still make the profit. But if the prices stay the same,
No.
that's just, and that's for one person for 2 days, not even 3.
Yeah, if the prices stay the same, it will make them go, "Oh, people actually bought this. Let's raise the prices up in Europe."
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, but Silverstone released more tickets the other day, and I didn't see the prices, but apparently they were, like, for Britain, they were pretty bad.
They're pretty. horrific.
So, which makes sense because they're higher demand and there's less of them, but $2,000 for not even a full weekend is not worth it
No.
for a sport with such a new fan base in America.
Right. On that note, guys, we are going to end the podcast here today. And I hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed listening to us and dealing with our shenanigans.
Well,
For another week.
thoroughly enjoyed talking about Lando.
Yeah. Lando!
Look at a smile.
I've not even got my Lando hoodie on today either.
Oh,
I
no.
thought you would come equipped in like
No, I've got my
uh,
Silverstone one on actually.
There it
orange
is.
gear.
Yeah, this is something money can't buy.
But yeah, guys, go ahead and follow all of our socials. They're all down below. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We're going to sign off now. It's been me, Swift, Harry, and yeah, we got Ono
Take care.
and Mel.
See you in Miami.
Yeah, see you in
I'm in
Miami,
Miami,
bitches.
bitch.
In Miami.
Take care, guys. All the best. God, it fucking
ready?
started,
Are
mate.
we
Come
ready?
on, mate.
You're the one fannying about. I'm trying to start it and you're distracting me.
Get on with it.
You get on with it.
Hey, you'll get super like
You know, I'm sweating
you
buckets
like
right now.
sweating.
No,
This is
seriously.
adorable.
This is definitely going to the end of the podcast. I'm telling you, this is a blooper. This is a fucking blooper.
So you compose yourself, Harry. What's wrong with you?